Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we're going to talk about diagnosing your car when your check engine light goes on. You can go out and you can purchase yourself something like this one here that was sent to me by this company called CGSULIT, and they sent me two of them. You're driving down the road and all of a sudden your check engine light comes on and you see the light comes on and you don't know what's going on. And if you have this in the trunk of your car or inside your glove compartment, you can take a look, throw it on there and see what's going on. This one has less features than this one does. This one is about $10 more. What I like about this one here, the 301, is that it actually gives you the code, and I'll show you this in just a minute. It shows you different buttons on here, and the green meaning that there's no codes, of course. The other one here is you have your green one, which tells you that everything is okay and there's no issues with it. You have your one here with a check type thing to be alerted to a possible problem, and then you have your one here which is red, and if your red light is lit, that means you really shouldn't drive the car while the light is lit, because it usually is something that is significant enough to cause major damage to your components, whether it's to cause problem with your catalytic converter or to cause possible further engine damage. When that light comes on, you really want to get it checked ASAP just to find out and to see what's going on inside there. Whether you have your scan tool in your glove compartment and your check engine light is on, what do? What can you actually do with this kind of a tool? Now, there's different functions that each tool has. This one here has a couple of more functions than the other one does. This one I'm going to read to you what it can actually do, and I will put the description in my video here so you can take a look. It'll be in my Amazon store, and there'll be a link to this company here where you can take a look at it. It'll accurately read codes, OBD codes, supports multiple cars and generic functions as well, read codes, it records codes, and you can actually get a graph of what's going on inside the system, and that does come in real handy with your oxygen sensors. As you know, oxygen sensors, they have that waveform that you need to see what's going on with, and this will actually give you the waveform so you can actually monitor what's going on. It has a readiness freeze frame. You can turn the light off on the vehicle itself if the check engine light was to come on and you thought it was possibly a false code because maybe you were gassing up and you didn't shut the car off, and now your check engine light is on, which happens frequently. I get them at the shop all the time. Somebody will have their car running while they're gassing up, and it'll set an evap code, a small leak detected. This you can actually check it and see, and then you realize that maybe you had your car running while you were gassing up and you got a false code from that. But you can clear the code. You can record any kind of failure codes. It has automatic VIN acquisition, which means you plug it in and it'll automatically read the VIN number of the vehicle itself and have everything. It has built-in diagnostics for the failure codes. In other words, if you have a failure code and you look it up and it says it's a PO135, but what is a PO135? What is that code? You have no idea. Now, you can Google it to find out, or you can just put it into here, do a PO135 lookup, and it'll tell you what's going on with it, and then it'll lead you in the direction of what to do. You plug it into the OBD connector down the bottom, it powers the unit up itself. It does give you a 12-month warranty on the unit itself, and what I do like with this one here is it's a free lifetime upgrade on any kind of you can go onto their website and you can download any kind of updates that are available for this one here, and they're free to you. There's no charge for it. All right, so let's open it up and let's take a look at it and see what you get for the money here. Of course, as I said, it comes with your book of directions in here as well, and the warranty card. It does come with a USB type connector to do any kind of downloads, or you want to update your software on it. And of course, it does not need to be charged up, as I said. You just have the unit itself, which is just like this, and then we plug this into down below. Now, there is no way you can make a mistake, as you know. Only go in one direction. You can see how it's tapered, and it only has one way it can go, so you can't make a mistake and plug it in incorrectly. Right? This comes off the screen like this. All right, we don't need that on anymore. You would take this and plug it into the OBD connector. So let me plug it in down below, and then we'll turn this car on and we'll see what comes up on the screen. And you want to go in and you want to see what's going on, OBD code. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to go up here. We're going to click on here, and now it's going to read the code. and it'll tell you what the status is. Codes found, 0 codes. We know that there's nothing wrong with this vehicle here because the check engine light was not on. We don't want to erase anything, of course, but here is what I told you about with the lights here. If there's no codes, it'll come up right here. If there is a code that's just idling in the background and maybe didn't light up on the dashboard yet, that'll be in over here. And if there's a serious code in there, it'll come in right over here, and you'll know that it needs to be addressed immediately. All right, so let's go back. You can check the engine, and you can go into the transmission as well to check codes. We're going to go back again. Sure you want to exit. We're going to go back again. All right, now if you have this code here and you have a code in there, suppose you had a PO 135. We click over to the DTC lookups, which is just the failure codes. We'll enter that here, and now you can see it comes up with the numbers right here. So here it's just a preset code that starts. It's a P. We're going to do a PO 135, so we're going to click it over one more. We'll go to a 0. Then we're going to click it over one more. We're going to go to a 1. And how about the PO 135? Then we're going to click here. And we know it's the bank 1, sensor 1. Bank 1 meaning it's the sensor that's in number 1 bank. If it's a V6 and number 1 bank is in the front of the vehicle, then it would be the oxygen sensor in the front of the vehicle, the first one up closest to the engine itself. If it was sensor 2, bank 1, sensor 2, then it would be in the bank 1, which would be in the front of the engine, but it would be the sensor that's down below. But as you know, we don't have any codes here. We're just doing this for diagnostic reasons. You want to go into live data. We can go into live data. We click on it here. And now this will show us everything that's going on inside the engine itself. Now this vehicle is not heated up or anything, so we're not going to have any kind of temperature readings or anything like that that's going to be correct. But we'll go through all of the, it's going through right now and it's testing everything. We're checking for everything that's in there. And we can go in and we can check each one of the components. Now here, engine coolant temperature is 78 degrees, so that's just the room temperature right now. But you can go down and you can check every one of these in here. Map sensor, it gives you the reading on the map sensor, the RPMs of the engine, the spark advance, throttle position, everything is in here. And we can scroll down to IM readiness. If you were to clear the codes out of this and you need to take your vehicle to inspection, you want to see if your monitors are ready. So we can scroll down to the readiness right here. Just click on it. And then you want to know since they were last cleared. So yes, since it was last cleared. And it'll tell you if everything is okay. The check engine light, let's bring you in a little closer so you can see here maybe. So we can see that the check engine light is off. The fuel system's okay. Everything is okay in here. Everything that needs to be completed is completed. So we're just going to scroll down. So everything is okay. If it was not okay, it would have not complete. All right, but here everything is completed. Okay, so now we go back to our live data. When you're in live data, you can just click on the live data, like you want to see the engine temperature. We'll click on engine temperature, and you can see where the engine temperature. Let's start this up for a second. So you can see that the engine temperature is supposed to be, well, it's 102 degrees right now. So you can see where the temperature is in relative, and you can watch what's going on with it. And you can watch the temperature go up. Now, if you were on the, let's go to oxygen sensors. Bank 1, sensor 2. We just click on this and we can actually watch what's going on with that sensor. Now this vehicle is not really warmed up thoroughly, so we're not going to have a good pattern here, but you can see where it's switching already from rich to lean, rich, lean. As the vehicle warms up, you'll see that this increases and in the fluctuation or the percentage of fluctuation. So as you can see, for the $60 or $70 that these two units would cost you, it's really not that expensive, and it's nice to have that information so you could find out if a check engine light comes on, you could find out what's going on. Now, obviously you can bring it to your local mechanic and have them diagnose it for you, but it's always nice to know what the code is before you bring it in, so you have a little bit of information you can find out before you bring it in to get it repaired, or you do the repair yourself, which will add them to my Amazon store. And as you know, I make a small commission off of anything is in my Amazon store that you purchase, just so you know. But that's it. Hope this video was helpful and you learned something today. There's no need to go out and spend a fortune on diagnostic equipment when you have the power in your hand to diagnose and figure out what's going on with your vehicle yourself. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.